It's in us to want to shine. From the days of the kings and the queens, to want to show off the jewelry, to show the gold. So it's our rightful place to want to show our jewelry, but they've taken it away from us. We've had for so many years chains around our necks, but this time we got diamonds in them.
Oh man, the history of bling, it's just like, I don't even know where to start. I don't know who started it.
I was known as the #1 pimp in the country for 13 years. See, a pimp is only as good as his flash. He got to be flashy. He got to have his bling, Jack. And you know, hip-hop is really all about the pimp style, the flash style.
The rappers that, that did, put on the Wiz, they were cats that were heavy in the movies like the Mac, Superfly, Willie Dynamite, all that stuff.
The hustlers, you know what I'm saying? They had the fast cars, they had the women, they had everything, you know what I'm saying? A young kid could, you know what I'm saying, want pretty much. You dig?
Can I get in, Goldie?
Yeah, of course you can get in. Come on.
You just see what they have, you know what I'm saying, and what they out there doing and what they making, the money they pulling out, the cars they drive, and the ladies that like them. They was doing a lot of the wrong things to get it, but when you're a kid, you don't really see that stuff. You just see what they have.
I want to be like you, Goldie.
Hey, look, I told you about that. Okay, man, you can be a lawyer, you can be a doctor, you can be anything you want to be, but I won't ever hear you saying you want to be like me, okay?
Okay. I find it ironic that a music culture coming out of the projects with kids who had access to essentially nothing and trying to minimize violence, some 30 years later becomes a multi-billion-dollar culture with violence in the music and an explosion of jewelry and accoutrement.
We were small, looking at the Run DMCs and Bismarck and all of them with 5 big ropes on and big nugget bracelets and all that. We thought that was it. Everybody was going to Canal or wherever they could go, the Albee Square Mall, and get you a big rope back then. Now it's switched out dramatically.
Coming from the inner city, we are quick to want to show that we have something, because we always had nothing. It's like being a virgin to it, And as soon as you get it, you just want it all the time. Like, I have to do it right now. I have to do it right now. This was our way to almost make ourselves be truly citizens, to move up in the caste system like that. Just ironic that what made black people feel so empowered was completely demoralizing and destroying, other black people.
Tell me about this bling right here. You could fund a small country.
Sierra Leone is a country in name only. Ripped to shreds by a war in which no one knows what they're fighting for, or even who the enemy is.
Lots and lots of ice on this carpet.
The war is about one issue.
But tell me about this bling that you got here.
The bling is from...
Rebel attempts to control the country's diamonds.
These diamonds are bigger than the ones I had before.
The most productive mines are held by the rebels of the RUF, who smuggle diamonds out through Liberia and sell them for weapons.
Just want the biggest chain that you ever made. Biggest medallion on the biggest chain.
Explain to me what you know about conflict diamonds.
Conflict diamonds are not allowed in this country.
This is not a war about ideology, religion, or ethnicity. It's a war for wealth.
If you're gonna do the bling, it should be good bling.
The West African state of Sierra Leone finally seems to be at peace.
Against the odds, the guns have fallen silent. Suddenly, unexpectedly, it is safe to try to reach
Manic. When I played the song for him, he said, you know, what pops in my head when I think of diamonds are the blood diamonds. It's the first thing that pops into these people's heads. Good morning. Once you find out about them, and you find out about what went on, what's going on, every time you look at a diamond, you'll think of that. You'll think about, you know, the massacres, the murders, the amputations. You'll think about the war. Once you know about it.
Good. What up, man? What's up with you, man? What up, baby? I thought I was gonna see y'all cats out there.
My boy Johnny right here.
Peace, my brother. Yeah. Everybody got their
them shots.
Yeah, I'm scared, man. I'm a little scared though, but you know, I got good faith in everything that's about to happen though. We got some of the iciclist specialists here in the building, you know what I mean, from all over the world, you know what I mean? My man representing the Latino community to the maximum. You got my man holding down the South, Crazy Dirt. You got me holding New York down. We gonna go in and give you.
I mean, diamonds affect a lot of people a lot of different ways. A lot of people wear diamonds for a lot of different reasons, you know. I've always worn diamonds because that's what I like to do. A lot of people that I grew up around, they, you know, the hustlers, they all wore the diamonds. All the gangsters had the gold teeth, you know what I'm saying? So that's just naturally, that's what I always wanted.
All the grills that I'm seeing tonight, what percentage of them have you done?
About 99%. If they got some ice in their mouth, it came from the People's Champ Paul Wall, my boy TV Johnny. Grills by PaulWall.com.
The jewelry store and tell them make me a grill.
All right. My partner in it owns the workshop, so we make everything from scratch. That's how I started with the grills. I was a salesman, and he had the workshop, and I would do the grills out of a record store we used to sell mixtapes in.
What's up?
His name is Johnny. We call him TV Johnny. Paul Wall, TV Johnny. You know, he just came over here as an immigrant with $6 in his pocket, you know what I'm saying? And he worked for other jewelers, just doing stuff, you know, making like $500 a month, like barely surviving.
Money back. See, before I make small money back like this, so now I make it bigger.
Johnny, why do you like diamonds so much?
Because first of all, diamond is bling. Second thing, I've been working with a diamond, setting diamond, buying. When you buy, it's not easy. You have to know quality, have to select, you have to look it, you have to work on it, play with it, look in it every day. I look diamond more than my daughter. I'm serious. I look at my daughter twice a day. I look at diamond like 8 hours a day, at least. Every day look at diamond, that's why I like diamond. Plus diamond and girl best friends.
A lot of people say it's more important things you could be rapping about. It's more substance. You know, there's no substance in diamonds. But I look at it the exact opposite. You know, it's a lot of substance in diamonds because, you know, when you overcoming the struggle, being from poverty to success or from being an utter failure to complete success, whatever your reward is your reward. Some people it's a nice car. Some people it's taking their mom out the hood and buying their mom a new house. Some people it's, you know, a lot of girls. But for me, you know what I'm saying, my substance growing up was always just to have some diamonds around my neck, some diamonds in my mouth, and a family, and have my family with some diamonds.
Are you nervous about going now that you have a kid?
I'm excited. I'm gonna see what life is like outside of Texas, you know. As long as we come home safe, as long as we make it home, all right, we're gonna be bound up talking about, yeah, come to the jewelry store in Charlestown Mall.
CNN.
On CNN, everywhere, all over the news. Houston rapper Paul Wall and legendary jeweler TV Johnny kidnapped in Sierra Leone.
I smell good. My waves is up. I got my brother with me. That's my co-partner when we come to doing the things we do.
Gotta wait for him.
See my people's here, they holding us down, making sure we safe. It's all good. It's the hood right here, it's the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? It's the laundromat, you know what I'm saying? Fried chicken joint, you know, the typical neighborhood stuff, you know? Got my man, he hardcore African. Tell him what country you from. Huh? You from Kenya, you know what I mean?
No, not Kenya, Guinea.
Guinea, he from Guinea, say. You know what I mean? Look, he doing big things. He got his store set up. See, he got the chef up on top of the window. We support each other around here, you know what I mean? I have been around Africans all my life. You know what I mean? It's only right that I go out there to see what's going on in a certain country so they'll know that they got my respect and I got their respect. I mean, I miss the moments that we used to have here, though. But I don't miss living here. I mean, you know, as you can see, they got this shit like a concentration camp. Big ass wall right there with the fence, which is basically a fire hazard because if a fire break out, people are stuck on that side of the goddamn.
My kids. That's it. The doctor who took care of me called my mama and told her, yo, the last clients I had, they both died. No, like I like to buy jewelry and shit. I really don't. I got this cross to let people know that I know what's up. I don't worship the same Jesus that everybody does. I worship all different Jesus who look like me. El negro calde. DJ Goldie. I used to roll on my fucking Toyota Terzo. I still have it. But kids used to tell me, yo, what's up with you? That was broke. They want to see you shine. They want to see you on that fucking navigator, on that shit. They like that. And the way I saw it was like, I don't want to go to fucking McDonald's in a fucking Mercedes when these people are getting paid $3.50 an hour, $4 an hour. I thought they were going to get disrespected by that. But it's the other way around.
The first day of battle was actually the worst. You know, just to see and to actually have to shoot someone. At first, most of the young recruits couldn't do it. But then afterwards, you know, because your friends next to you were being killed, you were covered in blood and everything, and you just started shooting. And after that, it actually became as simple as drinking water or eating a meal.
I think the Diamond played a very, very big role in the war, you know. The reason why there were lots of guns in Sierra Leone, because obviously no one makes any kind of gun in Sierra Leone, but there's so many guns in Sierra Leone because they were being exchanged for diamonds, you know, like people would bring the guns and they will get diamonds in return, and they were profiting because the diamond is, there's a lot of diamonds in other parts of Sierra Leone, like a lot, and big ones too. I guess the idea of the blood is that they're tainted with people's blood, people's lives, the destruction of people's families, people's entire culture, history, you know, everything basically. I think hip-hop has a big influence because a majority of the hip-hop of the big MCs and things like that, they wore a lot of really expensive diamonds.
How much money, can you just tell me, do you make this week?
How much money? The people who are selling these diamonds, they know that. They know that, you know, hip-hop community and, you know, and people who follow us and things of that sort love diamonds. If they start seriously trying to know the history of the company they're buying from and saying that, well, we want to know, I think the companies might start, you know, finding ways of not being involved in conflict diamonds so much, you know.
You got a long ride, fellas. Yeah.
I've been homesick for years, and I couldn't travel for years, so really. I'm anxious to go and I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if there are certain things about me that have become more American or certain things about me that have become less African, so I guess I only find out when I'm there. But I've always tried to maintain some part of me that's African because I like that part of me more.
Push the button over here, I ain't know what happened to me. See, I'm pushing the button, I don't know what's going on. Hold up, baby.
Yeah, you
can't stop it. Got me a shower, changed my drawers, got me some meat. They downstairs headed to Sierra Leone, baby.
We're leaving again. Sierra Leone for 6 more hours.
What? Who is coming through? The outcome is critical. Fucking with my style is sorta like a miracle.
There's an invitation to the lounge.
All right, sir. I love Africa. Africa me llama, que mi hermana. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Me, Tego, and Paul, we came out here to get the weed and diamonds. For real. The blue ones, the yellow ones, the green ones, all of that.
I'm back home after 34 years.
Touching down to the motherland. We'll see what it's about. That's right.
My father must be proud. Yeah, right now. He always taught us to love Africa, to love our heritage. They told me always to be proud of being black and all that. So he must be feeling happy feeling right now. We would love to be here.
I was born by the river in a little chair. Oh, just like that river I've been running ever since. Yeah, salute. We here. Word up. It was a little ride, but it was a cool one, you know?
It's a strange feeling that I have. I feel sad a bit. I feel anxious, definitely.
Yo, this shit is blowing my mind right now. This shit is really blowing my mind, son.
The way I grew up was like growing up with a silver spoon in my mouth compared to this. You know what I'm saying? You know, I grew up rough.
Come on, man. People walking up the block right now with no shoes on their feet. Walking in the dirt, man. A lot of little kids out here, yo. Just like the commercials, man. I feel like I'm right in the middle of that commercial. 30 cents a day.
You see it on TV, but it don't mean that when you see it on TV because you can easily change the channel. You change the channel and forget about it, or you might see it, you might feel sorry for a minute, but then when you go outside, you know, play football, or you go outside and go to the club and drive a car, you know, it just changes, you know, you forget about it. It's easy to forget about, but you know, when you see it in your face, it's right here in your face, and you see it, it's tough.
I was born in the southern part of the country. You know, when I was 8, you know, that's where I saw my first hip-hop video ever. And it was Rapper's Delight. I was quite impressed, you know, watching that, you know, because prior to that I'd never seen, you know, anybody black speaking English that fluid and so fast. So we started imitating. We'll write like, you know, LL Cool J, Naughty by Nature. We'll write the lyrics down. We'll try to mime it along, and as time went on, we try to come up with our own stuff. I was in a group of guys, you know, rapping and dancing and all that stuff. We would go to different talent shows around the provinces trying to perform. We had bags, cassette tapes, and, you know, whatever we were wearing, and left. We didn't even say goodbye to a lot of people because we thought we were gonna come back. So we left and went to Matrujong. And while we were in Matrujong, the war reached in the mining area.
The civil war in Sierra Leone broke out in 1991 when fighters from the rebel Revolutionary United Front began launching attacks. But the talk of rebels is to suggest a political purpose which they have yet to reveal. This is not a war about ideology, religion, or ethnicity. It's a war for wealth.
Basically, we ran away and were on the run for almost a year. Before the war, when you went to a village as a kid, they would cook you food and, you know, house you to the next day you continue your journey. What happened during the war, a lot of villages became militant, so they'll have people around, like the adults around, the men, you know, have clubs, machetes, whatever they had to protect their own villages. If people didn't know you, at that time, young people were being recruited into the armies and the rebels forces, so in different little squads that were doing their own thing. Young people were kind of branded with this. We arrived at this one village. We called and tried to talk to people that we were just kids running away from the war. They chased us down, and they captured us, and they brought us in front of the chip. They tied our hands, you know, until our chest was really hurting and things like that. Actually, they wanted to drown us. They tied stones to our body and drown us because they thought we were like spying for the rebels and things like that. But while they were searching while they were, you know, tying us and roughing us a bit, you know, I had some tapes in my pocket that fell off. And so they picked it up and they were saying, you know, what kind of music is this? So this was hip hop music. And they said, well, can you show us how you used to do it? So there I was in the middle of the war, miming OPP, Naughty by Nature. Miming it just to prove to them that we were kids. So the chief and all these people were trying to understand what it is that I was saying. So I did my best to explain to them what this was. So there I was doing the OPP movie, you know, hopping up and down. And, you know, trying, you know, doing I Need Love. I mean, at that point, I really needed love. And this saved us. You know, when I ran away, those are the only things I had on me. And there's no way I could have imagined that that would save me at all. But just, you know, to see that the music that people make from far away, how important it is in certain people's lives, you know.
Public Enemy, 50 Cent, Ja Rule,
Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Wu-Tang Clan. Yeah, that's for me, SUBRCIBE. LL Cool J.
Yeah, for me, it's Tupac. On the surface, you would think the part Tupac Shakur played in the war is very minor. Basically, he entered the war literally around 1998.
My mentality is ghetto, a gorilla in this criminal war. We all rebels.
The rebels obviously didn't have military gears to put on to appear like soldiers. So suddenly, rebels started appearing in communities that they raid, wearing t-shirts bearing Tupac's photo. The villagers definitely saw the Tupac t-shirt as a symbol that the rebels were using to attack their towns.
Young, strapped, and I don't give a fuck. I'm hopeless. I live a thug life, losing my focus, baby. I'm troublesome.
The villagers became very hostile to people putting on Tupac t-shirts. So if you appear in Safe Kukuna, for instance, you will easily be lynched.
I'm troublesome. You know what time it is, the outlaw clique. Young, rugged, and sick. Machiavelli, the dawn, the ball.
We all grew up in the same society.
rugged violence, you know, ghetto and struggle, pain, hustling. For me, it's all the same. You understand? We hustlers here.
I'm troublesome. You know what time it is, the outlaw clique. Young, rugged, and sick. Machiavelli the Dawn, the boss, all bosses.
When I started hip-hop, it was really more hardcore stuff that I was doing, you know, hardcore, you know, very street, very gangsterish. Because I was in America, I was influenced by the kind of people I had around me, and forgetting that really, for me, it wasn't me. You understand? As an African, I had more to show the world what my country is all about, what African culture is all about, not to imitate the American culture of being a gangster.
Jimmy B came in at a very crucial time. He had his brand of hip-hop that appealed to the community. And at the time, the peace process was stalling. And he staged a very powerful concert where rebels from all corners of that region came out in their hundreds to patronize the show. The youths in the rebel factions began to easily gain consciousness that it was time the war was over.
Listen, big things we're in her. You're the beat that rhythm killer, put that girl in swinger. Like Austin, right now up in the Sustin. Got the B and Jimmy B, we bring the vibes of Lustin, yo. But listen, as we shine and glisten, we're trying to leave something for the youth, that's the mission car. Everybody want the house with the pool, but if the money turn your fool,
The American rappers have a lot of influence, a great deal of influence on the African kids, on all of us, you know, because we try in a huge way to emulate what you guys are trying to do. We look up to you guys as, hey, these ones are the big brothers and they know what's up. So we try to copy each and everything that you guys do, thinking that it is the best. They will think, okay, now it is cool to have guns because, you know, Tupac, etc., talks about, you know, let's kill each other, you know, I will blow your head off and things. And it was like something that it was cool, it was hip, you know. That has a great deal of power. Because once you tell your mind that it is cool to shoot somebody else with a gun because you hear it on the record, you know, you go and do it thinking it's right.
Yo, brothers, respect mine, I ain't gonna check now. Bow, move from the gate now.
It was never meant to come across in a negative aspect to, you know, our people and say, yo, this is what you gotta do. We just basically talking about how we live.
More like we were testifying. We weren't like glorifying.
Sure. But to the world it was yo, we painting that image, you know.
I'm very conscious about what I talk, about what I read, about what I see, and I know it makes an impact in other people's life. But sometimes we sit down and try to say that life is fucked up for us for stupid things, like your car broke down, like you don't have no light, you don't have no cable, shit like that. And when you, there's bigger problems in life.
Yo, I never imagined nobody I'm being a mentor to somebody, you know what I mean? Especially a whole country, you know, of people that's really just looking at us like we kings.
The only way I can be able to interact with the youth in general is for me to look in bling. To look fancy, to look fake, to look as if you're the man, you know, and to imitate, let me just say that, to imitate the Western world. We sing about women. The African women, they represent the bling and diamonds. That's what we enjoy, because we ain't got diamonds.
This is black power.
Black power is bling bling.
Bling bling.
That's your bling bling.
That's bling bling.
As for me, I've seen diamond, and I go and I dig diamond. I've never been a diamond.
What's that?
This is not diamond. We dig the gem, we dig the diamond, but we don't wear the diamond. We don't even know where the diamond are going to.
You see this chain I got on my head costs a lot of money. Sure. You know what I mean? And I come from not having nothing. wearing clothes, secondhand clothes, old sneakers with holes, and I had to come home every night when I was a kid. You know, my moms ain't have it. So when I was able to achieve something in life, I felt that I needed to be able to treat myself to something nice in life.
You know, with the grills, where I come from in Texas, you know, if you couldn't afford to go to a dentist, you can't afford to get your teeth cleaned, what they'll do is they'll put a cap on your teeth, a gold cap. And that kind of scars you for life, meaning that you're poor. No matter how much money you got, you always got that cap on your teeth. From that, you know, we took it as being a scar, a symbol of poverty, to now it's success.
People lost their lives. We didn't know that. This chain I got on right here, I'll give it up at any moment to save millions of lives if I could do that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We chilling right now, you know what I mean, with the young soldiers right here, the young brothers, the future of tomorrow, you know? One of y'all want to come up? Who rhyme over here? Nobody rhyme? No music? Bakal, where are you, Bakal? Bakal, come up here, man.
Get this on triple to make you shiver. Stay sober.
When I show love now,
Step up, I step up, the MSC check up, cause I'm a rap star, I'm not a gangster. Cause Vatra kept doing so triple to make you shiver, stay sober. You do not go across the border to trick the brother and the sister, be the brother keeper. So I collaborate with us, killer, cause MSC, I keep it plan to keep it in line. From the naughty clan, you know I'm the master plan, or the master plan.
Woo! And them is lyrics. He had lyrics in there. Yo, we're gonna take a picture for the camera, so I'm gonna show you how we do it back home. I want everybody like this. Put the right hand over the left, like this. Like this. Like this. Alright? This is what you call black power. Have a nice flight.
Sure.
Have a nice flight. Bless you, man.
How you say my friend?
My friend?
Me paddy.
Huh?
Me paddy. Me paddy Ishmael.
Okay, one day.
What did you? My partner.
Yeah, let me drive.
Partner. My homeboy.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome on board our helicopter. Our destination is Koidu. Estimate time, flight time, 1 hour, 25 minutes.
Oh, that's it?
Altitude, 1,000 feet.
Hey, man, we could jump out over here.
Please, pay attention to the following safety information. Our helicopter has 3 emergency exits. First, second, and third. In case of any emergency situation, follow the instruction of crew.
One place too. Here we go.
This is Koidu Town, the wild west of Africa, the Klondike of Sierra Leone. In this area last year, millions of pounds were made in illicit mining and smuggling.
It's real, y'all. We right here in the roots. And all them little stones we love to get and love to wear, they out here.
My partner here, Johnny, we own a couple jewelry stores in Texas. We do the grills, the teeth, the grills.
Yes.
The money doesn't show much in Koidu. The local chiefs, the so-called fathers of their people, have made a fortune by renting tiny pieces of land for development. Crowded, slum development. There's very little that's good in Koidu. Flies spread disease from the rubbish dumps behind makeshift houses and disused mine plants. Babies aren't often healthy in Koidu.
These are the little babies, man, that come from all of this, man. They grow up to get in the dirt and do all that digging and pick them diamonds up for us, man. We gotta start trying to be able to help them, man, and help them survive better, man. That's eyes of hope right there. Little blessed little children, man. It hurts, man. It hurts to see them like this, man.
We're gonna see you and not just know?
Yeah.
We're gonna see you and not just know. What's that mean?
We'll see you soon.
Stream has become an open sewer. In the filthy river where women wash and draw their water, the men scratch and scramble for diamonds.
This place has actually been mined before. It was closed as a result of the rebel attack. These people have come to remine it. And because this place was very rich, they still have hopes of getting some big stone.
Down through the topsoil and the mud to the precious strip of gravel, the pay dirt. Then the ritual of hope. They call this the Koidu crunch. Sitting the grey-brown dirt, patiently and obstinately, for the glitter, the hard, bright stone men value so highly. Life's not worth much in Koidu. Sometimes men dig too deep. The sides cave in, and diggers drown in the flooded hole.
Okay, they don't own this one. Somebody owns it, but they work for that person who owns it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, for somebody. Yeah,
who
for somebody
owns it?
who owns it. Yeah, police. Huh? What's how you get your money? No more. You could use something for it. What happens is that the guy who owns this place gives them food to eat. Every day, and that's about it. But then when they find something, they take it to him, then they get extra money. They get paid.
Bonus,
yeah, they get a bonus.
Basically, right now,
and
they got to do this
basically right
to
now,
eat.
they just got to do this to eat and to be here, you know. So they got to come here every day, you know, and hope they find something.
I give you my number. If you find a 10-carat diamond, let me know.
This is slavery, man. He working hard every day. He ain't find a diamond in like 6 months.
And when he finds one, he gets
$2. He get $2.
You go show this man, yeah. This man, they work as jeweler.
They work as jeweler?
Yes. Ask him how much he go.
You see, this more of about 5 points.
A 5-point diamond.
5-point diamond, we get it like $30 to $40. $30 to $40. That's it.
So that's.
No, I want you, if you can buy the thing, I want you to give me $1.
But the thing, like I told you, they have to get it cut,
It has to get cut and polished. See, that's
in
the
the
problem.
cut.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
the
That's the
thing.
problem.
So you
Y'all
can find a
y'all
value
doing
in
all
it.
the work finding the diamonds, and the people who own the land selling the diamonds off to India and to other countries to cut the diamonds, polish the diamonds, and then they selling them back to around the world. So it's middlemen making the money when it should be, you know, this
The
is
person who
this
cut
is
it
a-
out, to select it
This is
out.
an export of Sierra Leone. So that means the profit should be to Sierra Leone. If we could teach them, if anybody could teach them, provide them opportunity to cut the diamond, polish the diamond, and mold the diamond into something of value more than just a shiny piece of rock on the ground, then they can, you know what I'm saying, restore the whole nation, man. There's so many people telling them they can't succeed and they can't do nothing, and, you know, telling them that for so long, and feeding them, you know what I'm saying, feeding them crumbs. They don't know that it's a big-ass cake on the other side of that table.
I want to tell them that they are very brave men that take chances to give us an opportunity to even wear their stones.
Yeah.
I tell them I consider it as being their stones.
Thank you.
This is the first time that they've been told that someone appreciates the results of their efforts.
Mr. Diamond?
We're in the National Commission for What Affected Children. They were called bourgeois. These are children that have been abused by the rebeldes during the war period. So it's really fucked up. So I'm really glad to be here.
Raekwon! Tego Calderon.
Welcome to the Center of Children Associated with the War Program Sierra Leone. This is the first indigenous non-governmental organization run by the Catholic Mission, established June 1993, that made this great man what he is today. This gentleman, Ishmael Beah, he was one of the founding members of our organization.
If you look around, everybody's walking around with flip-flops on. And it's, you know, the weather ain't too good. It's always raining. It's real rocky all along the beach. It's real rocky. So, you know, you definitely need some shoes. But, you know, being that I used to have an endorsement deal with Reebok, it was easy for me to just call them up, you know, my folks over at Reebok, and just say, hey, I'm going over to Sierra Leone. We got this great project, this great opportunity. You know, why don't we just send some shoes over?
What's your name? Mariatsu Camara. What's that you promote Mariatsu? Okay, this is Mariatsu Camara from Wellington. She's the first recipient.
Whenever the war was going on, they got sexually abused and raped, and it happened on a consistent basis. You know, and the war ended, you know, like 4 or 5 years ago, so that means these kids, these girls were like 10, 11 years old whenever they got raped and got sexually abused, and it just, you know, seeing how they are today, you know, it's just hard to put yourself in their shoes and just to see how they feel, and sometimes you could just look in their eyes and tell that they just, you know, just hide all their emotions, just like they were just stone cold faces. They just had these stone cold faces that you could just see right through, and it was just scary seeing that. And, you know, coming from, you know, the history I have, you know, my mother, she was raped.
Oh, that's like the princess? What's that, like the Cinderella?
My mother, she was raped, she was sexually assaulted, she was molested, you know, on numerous occasions when she was younger, and then when she grew up to be, you know, how old they are. So, you know, it's just like every time I see any one of these girls, I see my mom, and just knowing all the pain I know my mom went through, you know, she still feels pain to this day. She's affected by it.
My name is Rachel Bangali.
Hello. God bless you, sweetie.
Thank you very much.
out here, I knew it was going to be kind of hard. I'm not a person that talks, like to talk much. I just watch a lot. I've been like that since I was a kid. I just watch a lot, study people. Yeah. I'm like, I got like a degree on it. I believe in karma, so I know that these people who did these horrible things are gonna pay for it worse. You know, so that shit calms me a little bit.
A lot of the people here, you'll see, have lost their hands, they've lost their feet, some of them have lost their ears, they've lost their lips. You know, and that's
what we get ready to go see?
That's what we're going to see right now.
Oh, man. Why the fuck I smoked the blunt?
Yeah?
Word, I don't really feel like going to see that though, yo, honestly.
How you feeling, mate? You okay?
I ain't feeling good, man. I don't want to see that though, yo.
It's a long time since they actually felt somebody caring for them and actually showing them that they mean something. And you know, when you come along, you can keep it real with them. They're real people. You know, they're not people who ever asked for this to happen to them, and now they're trying to rebuild their lives. And it's a chance for you to draw from that strength and that resolve, and show that you too are standing up for what's right. You know, and that's what this trip is all about. You know. That's what I'm talking about.
I could dig it, but you know, just overall, it's like, it's just sad to see somebody like that, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But you gotta see it for yourself.
I mean, I'm just saying, me personally, you know what I mean? I ain't really ready to go address that right now and see that, you know what I mean, physically, you know what I mean? My heart is where it's supposed to be for it, you know what I mean? For the people and all that, but yo, this is, you know, you gotta understand that, yo, it's just certain things that just, it hurts you, you know what I mean? I'm not saying I don't want to see the people, and
yeah,
you know what I mean? I just don't want to see them like that, man.
And you've seen a lot of people suffering here, right? You need to know what they're talking about. You need to know how they are about the plight that they're suffering. We need to be there for them.
I mean, you know, I know that. You know what I mean?
We need to be there for them. When you get home, these are the moments that are going to mean a lot to you in your quiet time. We're right there beside you, Ray. Any questions, anything you need, we're right there for you. The man who's hosting us.
How long are we doing this for?
This is just a short visit, man. It's just a short visit so that you can feel them. You can feel what they're going through. You can feel what they've been through, and you can be there for them when you go back and represent in the States. All right? Let's do this, man. Yeah, all right. Let's do it, Paul.
Come here, who's gonna come back? Stunner. Let's just wait here until he comes. Okay.
Hello, mama. Hello. Okay.
Hello. I take this opportunity to welcome you here this afternoon. Thank you very much for coming, for taking your time. On the 20th of January 1999, the government forces and the rebels forces were fighting along. And the whole city was divided into two. The rebels were going from houses to houses, knocking doors to tell the people to come out. The first rebels that went to my house and knocked my door, and he said, "Get out of this house or else I'm going to shoot." Hearing this voice, I decided to open the door. When they caught my both hands, that hands were placed in the bag. They were having bag. Put the hands into the bag. They said they're going to show their commander to give them promotion. They were having food bags full with hands. This is how it happens. This is the story of me and Haji Lamin Jakai. Thank you very much for giving me your attention. We are looking for people like you to have put things in place to make sure that you help us so that we too can be belonging to the society. We have no medical facility. We have concerns of taking our children to school to have a quality education, even though we have been amputated, we have permanent disability, but we feel that our children are the future leaders for tomorrow. But at the moment, our conditions is deplorable.
I want everybody to know why I got my head down is only because I don't want to see my people like this. I see babies, I see mothers, fathers. It hurts, and it's like my head is down for respect and for prayer that everything becomes better for y'all.
We did not apply that we want to be amputees. It was a destiny that we could find ourselves fortunate to have been amputated by these other guys. We try to sum up courage and then to leave everything in the hands of the maker to decide.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman-Rahim.
Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us.
Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in.
For thine is thy kingdom, thy power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Khairul maqlubi alaihim waladin. Amen.
It's too much for a person to take.
I guess people do bad things because I guess they subjected to that lifestyle, and you know they put in situations where everybody feels that they has to be rebellious in order to get something. And when you hurt your own people, like just kids and women, and it's hard to believe, man. It's hard to understand, man.
I did not only lose my brother, at some point we got separated, but my family, my entire family, mom, dad, and 2 brothers, I lost all of them during the course of the war. They were all killed in a village, burned down, and they lock people in the houses and burn things up. I was on the run for a while after that, and I was very upset. I didn't think there was nothing to live for anymore. And I ended up at another village, where I became friends with the soldiers who were there, because they had, little food, and they'd give you a place to sleep and things like that. And so while I was with them, eventually I ended up being forcefully recruited. I mean, basically I was given a choice to either be with them or get out of the place. And it was surrounded by rebels who wanted to storm the village, and so if you leave at that time, they will kill you because they think you're spying for the soldiers. So basically I had no choice. Usually, people are trained to fight in a war for, I don't know how long, several years before they even go on a battlefield. This was less than a week. Basically learn how to shoot the AK-47, which is a pretty standard rifle to operate. And there were over 30 of us when we joined at that time, all kids who had lost their families, orphaned, and they didn't know where their families were. And we basically became part of this squad, and we went out and, fought
in the bushes for food, sometimes to secure the villages from other people, or rebels, or other people were doing it. So I was in this stuff for almost 3 years.
You kill people?
Well, if you're in a war, you obviously got to kill people to survive.
Did your gun kill people?
Yes, of course.
You kill kids?
Sure. Each side was recruiting kids. So kids were killing kids. Kids were killing adults, adults were killing kids. And it became madness, basically. Obviously, killing somebody traumatizes you. Turns you into somebody different. So on top of that, they will give you drugs. So there's a lot of cocaine, and they have what they call brown, which is a mixture of cocaine and gunpowder. So that stuff will get you going for weeks without sleeping if you keep taking continuously. So you were numb. You didn't have any sympathy for anyone. You were not human in the sense that you didn't exhibit those human emotions that you usually did. You know, and all of the guns and the drugs were able to come in due to the diamond that fueled the war.
Ready? All right, let's go.
Okay, so JJ, take care. Okay, sir.
I'm chilling here. I'm chilling here. All right.
Oh, shit.
What's that? What is this? They clean diamonds and shit. Yeah, they're guilty of the suffering of the people then, right?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Pride Holdings. The gentleman sitting here in front of you is Mr. Jan Schubert. He's the Chief Executive Officer of the company.
We were the only commercial company that was willing to come in while the United Nations forces were still in country, 17,000, everything was still uncertain. But we believed that we could make it work and create investor confidence. We employ 450 Sierra Leoneans on the mine. Of the 450, 90% of them comes from this community, immediate environment. So that in itself is already a benefit. This specific mine was discovered by SLST. This was in the 50s, 60s and 70s when commercial diamond mining in Sierra Leone was basically monopolized by one company.
Sierra Leone Selection Trust, SLST to the trade, exploits every possible inch of their reserve. Methodically, they sift vast craters of priceless dirt. Bulldozer and dragline replace shovel and bucket. 4,000 miles from home, engineers from Manchester and Edinburgh oversee the tedious, changeless process. Do you think that in this day and age, it's right, or seen to be right, for an expatriate firm to be exploiting the diamonds of an undeveloped country?
You mean to tell me when you walk out the door, you don't see these babies and these little kids out here with no slippers on, nothing, needing water? They don't even got no lights, and y'all telling me it's just about the money?
An expatriate firm working in an undeveloped country works on the principle that they are helping to develop that country as far as possible. And if they can do that with their background knowledge and their mining methods efficiently and economically, then of course it's a good thing for the country.
Ray, that's why I'm here. I'm here because I love the country.
If you love the country...
I want to tell you this. I'm here because I love the country. I know we can make an impact, but we have to be realistic with regards to what is our capacity. As you have got limits with your capacity, we have got limits with our capacity.
Bet you he's a fucking billionaire though, probably, right? Him and his company.
Right? This is just a plant. You don't have to walk all the way up there if you don't want. Just a processing plant.
No, I want to see it.
Okay, go.
I want to see what y'all use to make all this money.
We're not making money, right?
You don't have to go up if you don't want to. It's crazy. We came for here for.
This country has just come out of war.
Right.
Do you think the diamonds were cause of the war? That's not the reason why there was a war.
No, you're right. Diamonds wasn't the cause of the war. What was the cause of the war was poverty. Was people not having nothing. People not having no water, no food, no electricity. How could you live without these things? So therefore you're walking dead. You're walking dead, right?
Okay, right, but we need to move away from that, and how are we going to get out of it? We have to utilize the resources we have in order to improve ourselves to get a better future.
Right, I
This is
understand.
a start. This is a start. It's not going to happen overnight. Come, let me take you this side.
Despite a 70% tax paid to the Sierra Leone government, SLST made over £1 million profit last year.
Out of our profits, 10% goes to this community. 10% of the profits goes to this community.
Where's the money at though?
We're not making profits,
No,
right?
but I'm saying you just said 10% of the profits go to the community. I don't see nothing. Where does it go to?
One just doesn't seem to see too much for the wealth of diamonds in Sierra Leone, and in Koidu, certainly.
This is a bone of contention locally within the Kono district where we work. We pay our taxes direct into central revenue or to central government.
We pay 5% to the government in a royalty, irrespective of whether we make a profit or a loss. Out of the revenue, when I make a sale, 5% of that immediately goes to the government.
It is up to government. I'm not saying it's their necessary responsibility, but obviously that they must themselves decide how to allocate the country's national revenue.
We don't have the government's budget. We've got a small operation, and we make maximum impact within our capability.
Maximum impact. They charge the consumer millions for these diamonds. Millions, and I done seen rocks this big on people's fingers.
Right? Then those people that are making the millions should reinvest into Sierra Leone. I want to ask you this. What is the alternative? What is the alternative? Should I close the shop down and go?
No.
Because if I close the shop down and go, it's going to stay chaotic. We cannot afford anymore to have chaos. However, this natural resource is there. Taking this natural resource and making it sure that it benefits the nation. Somebody
It's not benefiting the nation. It's benefiting your company. You just said that.
It is benefiting the people. People are employed. I'm an employee. He's an employee.
This African sorter earns £2, 11 shillings a week. The nearest he gets to the diamonds he's sorting is through rubber gloves. He never actually touches the stones.
On this mine, nobody touched the diamond. Nobody. Not with the hand. Nobody. Never on this mine.
It's different on the other side of the glass.
The reason for that is because it's such a big temptation. One of those stones in a person's hand that's very, very poor and that's very desperate creates a huge temptation. But one of those stones can either make the future of the company or break the future of the company. If I talk about the company, I'm talking about everybody in the company.
There's no mountain for
If we can attract more investors, if we can have 20 companies like this in Sierra Leone, it will make a difference. Africa's future is not based on natural resources only. My passion is to make this work, attract more investors, and make more people believe in this future of Sierra Leone. It's not going to be easy.
I know it goes farther than you. It got a lot to do with the government. But what I'm saying is that as humans, as knowing that there's people out here starving, they're starving and you're making money off of them. Now, don't get me wrong. Everybody loves diamonds. Everybody loves jewelry, period. I love jewelry myself. But I would never imagine in a million years that it would be under these circumstances. Now, I'm not blaming you. I'm blaming everything involved with you.
care for themselves, that's it. They're used to the pain and the hunger. It happens everywhere, that's just the way human beings are.
After my experience of being in the war, this was the family that I came to relearn to love and to be with again.
Hey, you're not big now. You're big.
When I went away in New York and had a different family there, I constantly thought about them. I couldn't get them out of my head. I felt restless that I wasn't able to be in touch with them. I've missed not knowing where my cousins are and not knowing them. That had given me a lot of sadness. And so today, you know, I felt like a little bit of that burden was lifted somewhat, you know.
This used to be called Benin Home, and this was a place where they rehabilitated a lot of former child soldiers. And I used to be one of those children who was here at that time. This was way back in '96. So in here we had a lot of trouble because sometimes we won't like the tea. It wasn't have enough sugar. We would come here and fight and throw the tea at people and stuff like that. I'm sorry about those things, but we weren't really ourselves at that time. I don't think I have the right words to describe this area because, you know, it's a place that has lots of good memories for me later on during my rehabilitation, but also a lot of really difficult memories. At times when I wasn't myself, when we hurt people there. So, like at night, most of us used to sit on this stoop, like just staring into the night, you know. Yeah, because we were in a war situation for a while, and all of a sudden we were here where we were supposed to just sit and wait until we recovered. So it was very restless. So we would sit here and stare into the night. We couldn't do drugs, we couldn't do any of the things we were doing before. And basically went through withdrawal stages from the drugs that I've been going through. I had a lot of nightmares there. Spent countless restless nights roaming around that area. My bed used to be like right around here, back in there. I mean, I didn't sleep on it, of course, because I was always like sitting out here, but it used to be right there.
So, long time.
Eh?
Long time.
Long time.
You live life.
Like, I'm meeting people who are, you know, exactly in the same place that I left them.
To the Most High.
To the Most High. You know, my life turned out to be remarkable, probably beyond my own imagination, to be good. So when I see people like Jimmy still hanging out on the, you know, the corner of the street, or my friends from Benin Home still there, you know, it really saddens me a lot, you know, that they don't have any other thing to do. There's no other outlet for them. But also, you know, it just also makes me think that that could have easily been me. You know, I was just lucky to have a break, you know. And, you know, sometimes I can't help but feel a little guilty about that, but, you know. Even though a lot of really bad things happened to me in Sierra Leone, I think it's the land that's where I was born.
Yeah, man, look at that.
It just highlights what I had said earlier on about how, there are factors responsible for causing the war still continue on to this day.
This is a very historical landmark as it relates to the history of this country and also the history of specifically Freetown. In the late 1600s, there was actually a very thriving slave trade here. This is where people were actually sold. Over there, they brought people and they took them from here to Bones Island, where they put them in holding and in shackles until the ship came and took them away.
This is where they put the slaves. They stuck them in there.
This wall is divided into two. There's another back wall. So they sat them back to back. So that I'm sure the men and the women were separated. So the women could not give zeal to the men to try to escape. So when you separate them, you break their morale.
God bless these brothers. All praises due.
During, the 1800s when slavery was abolished, actually this was also a place where when slaves were free, they were brought here. So this is not only a place where slaves were taken out, this is where they were also brought in. That's why the city is called Freetown, as a place where slaves were freed, as a freedom town.
Yo, could you believe this shit, man? Could you believe it? Look at this, man. This is where the first slaves was at. This is the water that they were set free on. That they were saying, yo, a better day happened, man.
What are you doing?
Sad, son. They don't want us there.
I don't just feel right being here. They don't want
You know what I'm
us here.
saying? They don't want nobody to see them like this, man. This is the way they live right here. This is their reality. So by us coming in here, they're a little bitter. Cause they looking at us like we just tourists, like they don't know our purpose of being here. You feel me?
Well, another thing is that this area is actually one of the worst parts of the city. So these people living here are not very happy. So whenever they see somebody coming down here filming, obviously they're gonna react.
Don't video me.
Happy to meet with you because we know the suffering that we are going on in this country. We are suffering. We suffer. We sleep in the street. I don't have nowhere to sleep. I sleep in the table. Yes. I don't have shelter. We are shelterless. Why? In my own country, I'm shelterless. It must not be in my own country. You know? No achievement. No achievement. No. This man in Africa, man, we are feeling the pain. No progress, man, in this land. For us, we are the youth of today. We are the youth of today, man. I'm 31 years old now. Look at me. Always sleeping and working. It's the same thing. When you sleep and work in this country, it's the same thing, man. No future plan in this country, man. No future plan. You know, I don't know how I'm feeling, man. In this country, in my own country.
dangerous back then.
I feel you. I feel how you feeling. I feel you, man. But shit, at the end of the day, Friday coming soon. When Friday come, I'm going back to Texas. Friday come, they still gonna be sleeping there on the street.
It doesn't feel right because I ain't doing nothing. At least if I was doing something, it'd be different. But yeah, it makes me uncomfortable to see my brothers living that way, man.
This shit, it's heading right back to 1991. This shit about to happen again. That's what it look like.
When we went to the club, I had a lot of mixed emotions.
The club was off the hook. It's like I felt like I wasn't in Africa no more.
For me personally, I think it was very strange that in that same day we came from one extreme to the other and tried to have a good time as well, you know.
I've been traveling around the country all day, just looking at lifeless people with no hope, you know what I'm saying, walking around, you know, ass naked.
But when we went in the party, it's like everything just switched. It's like they said, hold up, we going out, time to get fresh.
They dressed nicer than I was dressed, and I said, damn, man, I should have threw on some starched jeans and some new shoes or something, man.
It's like everybody was just basically not even worried about the past or the struggle. They was just more or less worried about being happy and having a good time, and they showed that last night.
But I think to some extent that's what makes people in Sierra Leone continue living on, because if you go see this extreme of things and you decide that it's gonna get you down and you're not gonna go out and try to have fun and then you might not survive.
First I walked in, yo, I mean Hennessy, man. They was like, Hennessy? Hold on, give me 2 minutes. They even had Phillies out here, man. That's how much love they were showing us, right?
Hey yo, that's the shit is world coming in your door. Start to scream out loud, Wu-Tang back the war. Yes, the hour score, I told you before. What's up, you folks tight, in your hands got sore. No, not weak, fucked it up last week. Remember the fly shit, so urge when I speak. For what I want plus, and the law we trust.
The Wu-Tang is very well known in Sierra Leone and Africa and the rest of the world at large. Perhaps more than some of the Wu-Tang members themselves even imagine.
ODB!
I don't know how Raekwon felt. He probably was saying, wow, because some of the kids in the audience were singing the lyrics along with him, you know. So for a lot of people, it was a big deal to just be there and be present.
I know we're gonna do something, trust me. I got faith in us. I got faith in the whole community of rap music. Everybody, man. From all the old singers to the new singers, the legends, all over the world. Every culture of music. We have to stand up.
We're not going to just change the whole nation overnight, you know what I'm saying? Nobody is overnight. It's going to take a process, a lot of financial support, a lot of internal structural support, you know, from the government cleaning themselves up. We weren't just trying to go out there and sell them a wolf ticket and sell them a dream and tell them, yeah, we're gonna save you, you know, because, you know, we're not going to save them. With a lot of outside support and a lot of outside help, maybe eventually, you know, hopefully this will become a great nation. It definitely has the potential to be.
think the whole way I look at life, everyday situations, my kids, everything's different. I'm grateful for life, grateful for having a family, grateful for anything. Didn't go to school, but I went to Africa. I feel proud of it, real proud.
Oh man, they in the hood, right?
Yeah, in the hood.
Yo, fucking this fucking part of Africa is like 42 Brooklyns, man. For real, yo. It's crazy, man. We love it, we love it. It is what it is, you heard? It is what it is.
That's hot.
Nice. Too tight. It feel like a t-shirt. I need a bigger one.
I'm a little bit fatter than this one.
This shit is like Delancey right now, man. It's like 1/2 to me, you know what I mean? You see all these ladies here, they hustling, they want to get their money, man. They want money, man. It's like Delancey, I told them, 42nd Street.
Yo, which one? Pick one for Monique.
Pick one for Monique?
I'm gonna let him pick. He gonna pick.
I like how you did that. You just threw everybody on me, right?
Look at this. See? Look at him.
Too small.
You choose this one for me.
Why you put me in a situation, right?
Guys, I'm asking.
See this one too. Are you clap them? Yeah, yeah.
He gotta pick the color. No. He pick. You pick for your wife.
Nah, tell me what color. All right, look at this one.
I want something for my wife and that's it. No, she's skinnier. She's shorter than me.
This is your size, too.
Look, I beat my head. I got a big head.
This one, what about this one?
Yo, I gotta go downstairs.
Okay, I told you.
It's getting crazy. It's getting crazy now.
For 10. 10 is too much. But 15 is not it's too much.
This is so small.
I just paid 15 for the whole thing.
What you doing, play?
What's in this one?
Turn it like this so she can see herself. Turn it around. See, that's you.
Hey, Nancy, baby. You still late?